What's up, Internet Basketball Junkies? In today's video, we're going to look at some on-air drills from our transition block of practice. These drills are to master our transition habits, so whether on a make or a miss, we were ready to race the ball to the other end and play with pace. The first drill we're looking at now we called primary cycles. I think this is a fairly common transition drill where we have 41 seconds on the clock and we are trying to complete 5 trips down the court. We always went in order, one, then two, then three, then four, then five, on who takes the shot on each trip. On each trip down the court, we needed to end on a make. So if whoever's turn it was to shoot on that trip down the court happened to miss, we needed to rebound the ball and lay it back in. We would usually require 2 or 3 groups to get all 5 shots made in time before moving on, usually having a couple varsity groups and a JV group rotating through. This is really about ingraining habits so that when we add defense, we are already trained to execute. Adding defense obviously adds complexity, but we wanted a solid foundation of habits in how we executed. We wanted our wings and rim runners sprinting the court with our wings getting wide. We wanted our point guard receiving outlets above the free throw line in the outlet box. We wanted our inbounder staying behind the ball and hustling to get the ball out of the net on 0 or 1 bounces. So this is an on-air scripted play performed for time. It specifically addresses how we transition on a made basket by our opponent. We didn't drill much on this concept with defense because just playing any game or scrimmage usually involves this phase of the game. So we felt like we could really tighten up the habits of how we transitioned in our transition block and then see how it reacted to live defense in our live play block of practice that would come a little bit later in the practice plan. But we did this usually almost near daily, and sometimes we used it as a warm-up drill since there's no defense. But this was a drill that didn't take very long, so we felt like we could do it often, and it ingrained habits that we wanted and were present every time we played basketball. So the second drill is similar to the first drill, but is used to ingrain the habits for our transition organization off of a defensive rebound or an opponent turnover instead of an opponent-made basket. There are a couple tweaks to the drill, but it largely stays very similar to the 5-on-0 primary cycles we've already seen in this video, especially the fact that it's 5 trips up the court. In fire cycles, we had each player need to get a shot out of the flow of the break, but it didn't have to come in order since there was a lot more randomness to the possessions in this drill. This was also an untimed drill, so there weren't any pressure to finish the drill in a certain amount of time like our 5-on-0 primary cycles drill. This drill is really good for problem solving since this scheme has a lot of different outcomes. I think it's really important to practice on air without defense to help the learning curve with this scheme. With 5-on-0 primary cycles, each player executes their role within the primary break system. In 5-on-0 fire cycles, the rules change depending on who gets the rebound and where people are positioned at the time we acquire the ball. Players have to run the break hard, but they also have to think about the spacing and skills of their teammates. I wanted to take a quick break to give a shout out to Fast Model Sports, the sponsor of this video. They are the #1 coaching tools in basketball. Fast Draw play diagramming and Fast Scout scouting report software can take your coaching game planning to the next level. I have used Fast Model for 12 years. It's how I diagram all the plays that you see in my videos. So thanks for sponsoring this video. New subscribers get 15% off using the code you'll find in the description. Also, I need your help, basketball junkies. Give this video a like. Make sure to hit the bell to get notifications. Check and double check to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And click the link in the description to my Sellfy store. I have detailed basketball coaching content for sale. Browse the store, see if there's anything you like. Now, back to the video. I'll finish the video with a simple breakdown of the rules from our fire system for now, but if you want something more detailed, go to my Sellfy store. There's a link for a free PDF on this transition system. The link is in the description, but basically this system is our team making reactions as we acquire the ball. Our 4 and 5 work in tandem with the first one down the court sprinting the rim and the other trailing the play. 4 and 5 usually get the most rebounds, so this is pretty fairly clear cut. Our wings fill the closest sideline. If they're on the same sideline, it isn't a problem. You can either push one through to the opposite corner or have them fill the wing in the corner, leaving 2 on the same side of the court. I've done it both ways. In a 4-out break, I liked having them on the same side. In a 5-out break, I liked them pushing through to the corner. And finally, if the rebounder can dribble, we allowed them to start the break. We call this be your own outlet. If they couldn't dribble, they looked up the court for the wings on a long outlet, but always had the one man in the outlet box if they needed them. These are the drills, and more detailed breakdowns of the content can be found in other videos on this channel. Free PDFs on my Sellfy. Thanks for breaking down this drill with me.